Uh, uh, Not sure what I'm going to name this video yet. It's a bit different from the normal read through of the whole thing. We got the King James version, new revised standard version, and the new international version. I'd received a balance. I received this bit of scripture long ago. Back in 2016, I think it was December, I think. Basically, I was in juvenile. I had done some things not exactly proud of. I wish I didn't. And that was completely on me. But basically, this is starting to be fulfilled right before my very eyes. Not all at once, but over time, but it's starting to pick up again. So basically, I'm going to do the King James version. Just because it's the considered to be close to the original. New revised standard version, which is important to note that this version is the translation that I received it in. So please take note of that. I also could do it in the new international version, just for comparison translation. The one we're doing it in, not the one I'm doing it, but the one I'm telling you about, is Jeremiah chapter 29, 11. Find it real quick. There it is. It reads, the King James version. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you expecting. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you, and ye shall seek me and find me, and when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations, and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Now, 11 through 13 verses, 11 through, just 11 was more of, I think, my current interpretation, verse 11 was more of that particular point I was at in life. 12 and 13 or a promise through whatever I would go through and continue to go through, and 14 is plans for the future, which is currently being filled. New revised standard version. Find 11 real quick. There you go. For I surely. Alright, so new revised standard version 29:11 through 14 reads, For I surely know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for harm, to give you a future with hope. Then when you call upon me and come to and pray to me, I will hear you. When you search for me, you will find me. If you seek me with all your heart, I will let you find me, saith the Lord, and I will restore your fortunes and gather you from all the nations, from all the places whence I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place from which I sent you into exile. Yeah, New Revised Standard Version is the one I received in. That's a very low point for me when I first found it. Just something made me want to share it here online. So I figured, why not? Might as well. And then New International Version reads, "For I know the plans, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. Then you will call upon me and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You seek me and find me. When you seek me with all your heart, I will be found by you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back from captivity. I will gather you from all the nations and places whence I banished you, declares the Lord, and I will bring you back to the place from exile which I carried you to exile." Now, I haven't read this in the New International Translation version yet, but I think this wording would fit that particular point in life just a little bit better, if you ask me, knowing that exactly everything that happened in the order of events that took place and everything that happened since. So basically, that instead of thoughts, it's the plans that were in store. What was planned? Well, everything that happened so far. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. I could have, at that time, and the second time I was arrested, both times I was being charged with a first-degree felony. I could have easily been locked away in federal prison for a good 80 years. That would have been hard. But instead, both times I was adjudicated real quick. I could have been locked away for a long time. Instead, I have an apartment now. I'm starting to get things rolling. I'm getting ready to get a driver's license, a car. So all of this is since I'm beginning finally, after all these years, to prosper, if you will. Plans to give you hope and a future. I've plenty of this hope here, and the future is really looking probable, I should say. All things going in the world are in the world right now. Iffy, but as far as future, there is something there. Then verse 12, then you will call on me and come and pray to me, I will listen to you. Well, sometimes I not feel like I'm being listened to, but just a short reminder that I am being listened to. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I will be found by. Okay, so this is separate, a little bit from 13. It's a declaration within itself that I being God, will be found by you, you being me. So basically, just to give you a little bit of a visual. If I'm standing right there in front of you. God will literally be right there next to me, kind of deal. Just kind of illustration, if you will. Then declares the Lord, and I will bring you back from captivity. Captivity not once but twice, and a whole bunch of other times in certain hospitals. And then it reads, I will gather you from all the nations and places whence I have banished you. Right now I'm here in Tennessee. At the time I found this, I was in Texas. I have never left North Texas as far as going to live somewhere else, but that's up for interpretation. Whether I return to Texas, I don't know. That just tells me that there is a lot more ahead, which goes back to the future thing. Then it continues to read, and I will bring you back to the places which I carried you into exile. Right now, you could say it's technically exile, but not really. Since I left Texas kinda by choice, but not really, all things considering, which I'll tell about later. So that if it's talking about geographical location, geographically meaning physical place, then yes, eventually I will be returning to North Texas. Anyways, just wanted to let y'all know that. Share that with you. Anyways, stay safe.